She tied to her obligation, and long story shorty, a nigga she stay with. Yeah. She on the fence, constantly fighting about who better rent. On top of the bitches that she dealing with, and she sick and tired of going through that shit. She's stuck in a situation. She's stuck in a situation. She's stuck in a situation. And let me be honest, ain't much that I can do for you. But fuck you good and send you right back to do. I hate to hear the shit that you been going through, and you just got your body done and look amazing too. I know we got history, but we are history. We gotta keep it that way. I got a whole nother life in LA, and for me this would be a mistake. She's tryna fight back her tears now. She still love me after all of these years now. Wish we can just go disappear now, 'cause I'm starting to see it clear now. She's stuck in a situation. She's stuck in a situation. She's stuck in a situation. She wanna move on, but she don't know to me. She's stuck in a situation. That's the reason why. That's the reason why. She telling me she not happy. She telling me she not married. She says she only with her baby, 'cause she stay with her baby daddy. Oh, she's in a situation. She's in a situation.
I keep smoke by the pound and women by the dozen. Polo logos at the top, but I don't horse around with nothing. Keep it real and play it straight. I like buy women and money, make it both ways, baby. We get paid by any means. Get the hustle from my daddy and it's showing in my jeans. That's why every celebration come equipped with Hennessy. Grab the backwards on some Frontos, ain't no Relos, nigga. Just a couple chocolate women and some red bones, nigga. And she tryna plug her homie, so her friends came with her. She don't know too much about us, just we ain't lame niggas. That's a go. Play it down the middle, tryna kick it, that's a goal. Tryna get to know you for a minute, that's for sure. Hey, you know the vibe alright in here. It's a couple real niggas, room full of bad bitches. You keep that shit 300, babe, but we ain't fucking with you. I'm like, hey, senorita, it's really nice to meet you. It's a cold, cold world. You should come and be my heater. Get close, baby.
Bitch, you close enough now, back it up like you docking it. I'm not mincing my words, bitch, make that hoe drop like it's rocks in it. I keep quiet like a sock in it and let you climb on top of it and pop the trunk, remove the system, give your bastard son or sister. I'm half playing, never mind me. I've been off the shit since 7 times 3 and there's plenty pussy, but I'm choosing you. I know you think I'm God, but you ain't met the crew. I got plans for you. I ain't gonna hold you, but your man ain't for you. Promise that you notice me, old looking ass nigga. You grown and life came to get you. That ain't your baby, that's your trophy. That make my thoughts, that's what your whole think. I heard her planning out the whole thing, and now you just baby food, baby clothing, and I bet you wish she never met the whole team. GK effect.
This your boy Grizz.
And I'm your main man, Greenback.
And this is the GRIZZBIZMY2SENSE Show. Powered by Unanimous.
You bloody.
Powered by Unanimous. What's up, dude?
You bloody unanimous.
Unanimous.
Would you like to ring that?
Yeah. Sounds sinister, like they're doing their thing. What's up, people out there in social media world?
This is the way.
We are YouTube Live. I'm about to, once they post the link, and I'm going to do that because I've been doing it from the Facebook, and that ain't it. Facebook ain't it. I just shared on there to y'all.
Full of smucks.
You know what I'm talking about? But it's another Wednesday. Wednesday. What's been going on between the last time we was at the studio?
You know, man, I'm just, living life.
I see.
A few things going on, man. We had a few events up at the bar, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Come out to reminisce, everybody, man. It's a nice time. We doing a few little.
See, Sip and let the doors open and run, huh?
Sip is out of here.
What are you talking about?
He's in the penitentiary, man.
Oh, I didn't know that.
With a 10-piece.
Oh,
But we're not going to talk down on Sip.
No, we didn't
Sip
know.
is still involved
Thank
behind
you.
the scenes.
Thank you. So we're going to support
A
that,
small
brother.
percentage.
And I don't talk about
But
nobody's
it's still
business
there.
and what they got going on.
So
That's not my job.
Let me do what I'm doing.
I'm just saying
you don't got to do it.
For my part, with Grizz.
You don't got to do it.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you say what you say, but for Grizz.
Let me finish taking the goddamn flow.
Okay, but before you say that, I just say what Grizz say.
Hold on. I got to go get my mask.
Support the cause.
I got to get it. They don't respect me. I got to get the mask.
Let's go get this
I got to get
basket
my motherfucking mask, man.
and go do his thing. But,
Damn.
from one G to another, we just going to keep it steady and we just going to support the cause.
We're not even getting on all of that.
Do what it do.
The bottom line is just come out and have a good time.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to say.
Same people were involved with it that were before. And it's a good time.
Thank you.
We got nice bartenders. We have nice drinks and specials. And we keep it COVID friendly. We check temperatures. We have masks if you don't have a mask. If you like a mask, you can get a mask. You can have a good time.
That's what's up. You got food too?
Yes. In fact, my cousin and his wife was just on the news yesterday about their food. And they have...
That's where that plate came from today. You tried to perp.
Not today. No, I cooks. Quit that talking to... You see, I have vouchers. I do this. I went to culinary school and everything. Why are you acting so crazy?
You went to culinary school?
Yeah.
We didn't know that about you.
You didn't. Because you just a smuck.
The world didn't know. And I'm not a
The
smuck.
world
I'm not going to be on your list. But no, we didn't know that.
The world knows. My baby mama called me Chef Boyardee the whole time I know her.
Chef Boyardee.
You don't know things. I did bar mitzvahs. Bar mitzvahs.
You did a bar mitzvah. Memphis.
I cooked for bar mitzvahs.
What bar Memphis you cook for?
Let me see. Baby towels.
Oh, you done done all of that.
I did them all.
You been doing this in Chicago then, huh?
No. I don't support that Chicago shit.
What's wrong with you, man? Dude was getting his
Next
hustle
time
on.
I go up there, I'm going with goddamn about the Simmons now. I ain't going with them smucks. Some people just want to be in the ghetto, and some people out there where you just sip espressos with a hint of amaretto. You see what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you
Espressos with a pinch of amaretto. You know, the good life.
Whatever it is you
dumb
talking
shit.
about. Yeah, because I didn't know what the heck you were saying. But
my people check them out. C&Gs, man, they coming to you, man. They not playing these games. Excuse me.
Oh damn.
I got a shield if you want to get on.
Yeah, do that. Oh damn, I left mine in
Listen,
the car.
let me tell you this. They got something that people want.
I got a ginger.
They got
ginger and do steam.
Can I tell you what they got?
Okay, go ahead.
Jesus,
you was hacking.
You need to get your personalities under goddamn control.
Hey man, you just started hacking. But anyway, go ahead.
But they sell these very awesome jerk chicken tacos. They're incredible. On top of these loaded jerk chicken potatoes. And they're great. That's the specialty. You don't need to know nothing else. Once you get to that, you've got to crack. Yes, that's the slogan.
They got a food truck?
They have, and they do. But they don't really utilize it all the time because, COVID and things, it's more one-on-one, you make your orders, we come to you, and minimize all the people.
There you go.
You know.
Got it. I'm glad to see they're taking precautions and so forth.
Oh, yeah, she's in the medical field as well, you know, and she's one of our front line and the first line defenders, man, as well. Shout that out. Old Niecy.
All righty.
Yeah, I'm talking about
I'm glad you did
C
that.
and G's, and don't get it goddamn twisted.
Hey, so as you waiting on your check, you know your boy up to his shenanigans
I
again.
don't want to hear it. You know what?
What?
Just make sure you only expecting 600.
I am. I don't give a damn if it come or don't.
Damn.
I'm not waiting on the damn check.
That's
Money
cool.
every freaking day. I don't give a fuck
We
about that.
everybody want to talk about only a fool don't want money that's coming.
I didn't say I didn't want it. I
You
said I
did
wasn't
just
worried
say,
about
I don't
it.
care. Oh, you know, you're right. I won't gonna put words in your mouth.
Yeah.
You won't do it.
And it
You
get
won't do
here,
it here on this
Yeah,
show.
because read my post. It get here. And
But
I
I'll
think
tell you
I
this,
think your boy is on some
My
other
boy,
shit.
the one that said that he slammed that dumbass, weak ass shit that y'all voted for. They said, nah, y'all peasants can get 600. We got deals with China and them.
That ain't had nothing to do with
We
Biden.
tricked you.
That has
That's
something.
they side.
No,
It's they side.
no.
They side.
This side just
It's
agreed
they
with
side.
Trump. The side that you talking about agreed with Trump. But it's just a ploy. It's
They
just
only tried to agree
it's just a
because
ploy.
they see how much the people was on the same thing of 600 was nothing.
Now
Why
you
would you agree with Trump when you the one made the 600 package?
Now
Don't
you-
come jumping on my bandwagon. You done already ran and signed it. It's pathetic. And like he said,
on
he slammed
the
it.
other side
Y'all
really
ridiculous.
surprised
You want to
me.
give your own American people crumbs and go and give all these contracts and all these relief funds to overseas. It's pathetic. But nah, Trump is the guy y'all kept slamming. Trump the one stepping up, as you can see, on your behalf and spoke up, and y'all still got something to say.
Okay,
right?
now let
Right?
me say this.
Right.
Right. Okay, but let me say this.
Jesus.
So, have you ever thought about it, since you are a Trump supporter, that this may be his
keep
way?
saying that.
Hold on. That this may be his way of getting back at everybody who was against him by pardoning all of his co-defendants. Actually, that's some G stuff for real. He letting down his nigga. You out of here. Come on, let's go. And he gonna hem up the checks because everybody gonna do this and do that. So he know this. So he gonna mess with everybody that fooled with him. Let all his homeboys out.
And he gonna make sure. Let me tell
And
you.
then throw a temper
Can I
tantrum.
also say something else about these
I'm not
stimulus
leaving.
checks?
I'm not leaving.
Let me tell you something about these stimulus checks. You niggas the only ones that need them.
Hey man, you sound so crazy to me right now.
You're the only ones that need them.
You don't even have to have that
anybody
mask
that's
on. You
speaking
sound
up on
so
these stimulus
crazy.
checks is trying to give you niggers something. You ungrateful nigglets.
Hey, this guy is fried.
Jesus, man.
That is fried.
God
Fried.
damn, man.
Fried.
Who just
The
don't
views
need no money?
Of GRIZZBIZMY my 2 cents.
Guess what?
Do not
White
reflect
folks
what
pass
this
down
guy
stimulus
is
money.
talking
You
about.
schmuck.
Oh my gosh. I.
But you feel me though? What folks pass down stimulus money? They ain't
I don't
sitting
know what
around
you
for this.
talking about. Man, I know people at the job. What are you trying to tell me them? Man, you sound crazy. I
I'm
didn't say
telling
want to
you.
get into it.
What I'm telling you,
Lord have
They
mercy.
pass down stimulus money.
No,
they
they
got
don't.
trust and they got something for a rainy day. The only ones
Man,
that
that's
don't,
what
you
folks
see with
with money.
signs at the end of the highway.
Not every white folk got
Why?
money, man.
Because they blow their deals.
Oh my gosh, this guy's fried. But anyway,
The
we
only
go-
way you white and don't got no money, you blowed your goddamn deal.
yeah, now
You know I'm right.
on that end, yeah, but it's
Fuck
a
it, we
lot.
going gangster with it now. You know what I'm saying? We
Oh.
done masked up. You know what I'm saying?
Anyway,
I done shook buttons. You know
It
what I'm
is
saying? I had to kill
Wednesday.
buttons, man.
and
he was
this
acting
the
crazy.
second part of our 3-part series, Black Love. And
Oh my
today's-
God, it starts this soon.
I mean, yeah. I mean, what you want to talk about? The NBA?
No.
You want? We could talk about your Bengals. My Bengals.
Of course we can. And you know what? This is a perfect time to do it.
Ivory.
Because
Hold on.
because
we gotta bring Ivory
we have
in.
a Steelers fan.
She just can't be
on
sitting
the
here listening
line.
to this gibberish.
This is funny
She's
that she
part of
happens
this
to not
program.
have on no black and yellow
So-
right now. Why?
So-
Why? Why?
So
Your
again,
teeth ain't even yellow.
there's no medicine being taken. Hey, this is what happens on the show. But we're not going to have our other co-host just sitting here looking at this rhetoric. You know, she can chime in.
I mean, your teeth ain't even yellow,
Hey.
cuz. What's going on,
Yeah.
cuz?
Ivory, the Aries, a
Cook.
round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Cuz.
Again, we thank her every Wednesday for bringing the
Lord.
solitude and some type
And
of.
she is a real Stiller, nigga.
Oh, she's a Steeler fan?
Yes.
Oh, hit the mute button.
I'm trying to tell you this, man. You just
Are
going
you a
on giving
Steelers
them all
fan?
these accolades
I don't
and
know. Are you?
shit.
All right. This is still Ivory.
Listen, I can't believe
Aries.
it. Teeth ain't yellow. Ain't got on a yellow and black nothing.
He said your teeth ain't yellow.
Oh, never mind. She yellow and her hair black. She still repping.
Oh my gosh.
Ain't this a bitch?
How you doing, lady?
I'm doing great. Thank you. How are
Good.
you?
That's good. I'm sitting here. Sometimes I say, why do I even ask this guy any type of question at all? Why? Why?
I give you the real, player.
Why?
You
Because
talking
it's
about?
just going to go like a ping pong ball all over the place.
Man, drink your ginseng drinks, man.
But anyway, like I said, it is the second part of our series, Black Love, and we're talking about black women. Let's give a round of applause before we do anything
What
for
is
all the
it
black
for?
women out there.
It's for what?
What you mean?
Bah, humbug.
Oh, okay. But damn, we didn't even get started, and this guy really got it going on. And
No, I'm playing.
But I told the people out there, I put out the post, and I also saying it right now, that if you are a single black woman who has her car, a job, and a place to live, I want you to call 1-513-788-2534 and state your name and why you a good catch. Because it's about to get real crazy in here. And I know a lot of you women don't fit the description or the generalization of what's going to be said. But there's a lot. And I needed to Google that. Maybe we could ask one before the next show if we could figure that out. The percentage rate of, no, that's just too personal. Never mind. I don't want to get it like that. You know, they might get
Well, I
upset.
almost just said something real fucked up, but I see the people putting lawsuits out, so I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just
I'm
this
glad
once,
you're thinking of that.
Just this
I'm glad
once.
you're thinking
just
like
this
that.
fucking once.
But the series, and we're talking about black women. That's what we're talking about today. Our black women, man, and their queens, and it's a lot going on with them. They
Queens.
getting the raw
Can
end
we-
of the deal. I
Can
believe.
we call them Caribbean queens? Caribbean queens. Yes, Caribbean queens. I love them.
Oh, you love them now?
Caribbean queens.
Okay.
I love them all.
But
Yes.
we're trying to figure out how can we all come together with, and what flaws or accountabilities that we see, stereotypes. And last week we was talking about the black men, and this week we're talking about black women. And then the final part of the conversation is how we can bring that together. So hopefully we take some good points from both these shows and come up with some gumbo. But to start it off, I wanted to bring up what's called the nigga marriage. I wanted to bring that up, yeah.
Who made this what's called the nigga marriage?
I want you to
Who
read
labeled
it.
that?
I can't read it right. I got to bring it up so you can read
Is
it.
this somewhere on something?
Yeah.
Or did you make that
No,
up?
it's a book that the white man wrote.
And they
with
call it
slave.
the nigga marriage.
Yes, it's a whole book. Now,
That's deep.
it's real deep. Now, if you, I'm trying to pull it up. Let me go to Ivy, can you see that?
I can see it. It's just very small. I'm not able to make out exactly what it says.
Okay, I'm trying to bring it up. I wish I could bring it up bigger.
Just tell him they look like ants. They
No, the whole.
you don't have no Sherlock Holmes eyepiece.
Well, I know that the gist of the message was for the initial bringing together of the black man and black woman to create what they would consider basically a suppressed group of people coming forward with each generation. It will further suppress the black culture through this dialect of what they consider the nigger marriage to be. So it
Old
reads and
niggers.
state. Oh wait, I was just able to see something, but it went away. I was going to read that out loud,
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm trying to
that's
pull it
that's
up.
pretty much the gist of what the message is, and so it largely pursues the origin of this mix up of the black relationship, the black love, what we're speaking of, in the sense of it would dehumanize the black man in front of the black woman and the black youth. It would dehumanize the black woman in different forms, rape, um, the force of caring for their white counterparts, and different things like that. So it really stems, it takes you to the stem, the root of one of the biggest issues in the black love, and why we are at this time considered to be unsuccessful in the black community with black love on a long-term basis. So I think it speaks largely in part of us seeing these quote unquote power couples on TV, and that is relationship goals. It turns into relationship goals and all those different types of things, and without the knowledge of what love, the concept of black love really is. And so I think I'm glad that we are bringing the perspective to the women from the women, in the sense of um, I think that for black women, we have a hard time admitting when we are wrong, and we have an issue. It's very hard for us to apologize
I
when it
got it.
comes to black love and relationships. And I think that those are two very important key factors when you talk about black love and longevity, that we as women could take. It's very small steps, very very minute steps to understanding our black men.
It says,
And
I didn't cut you off, but I got it now. I think I got it. It says,
okay,
we breed
you
two.
want to read that out loud?
Yeah, I want to read that out loud
I
because
got
it's
this.
crazy. We breed two nigger males with two nigger females. Then we take the nigger male away from them and keep them moving and working. Say one nigger female, I can't say that word. Here's,
Say, man, quit saying it like you just wanted the goddamn redneck.
hey man, I'm reading like they would read it. I'm writing like they wrote it.
Goddamn niggers.
That's what it is. You done made me mess up, man. Oh,
Let me
Bears.
read. I'm the reader.
I can't, you got to pull it up. See, you don't pull up your stuff.
Twist the shit around.
You can't read it.
Look, you stupid gadgets.
Hey, man, you leave my
Jesus,
gadgets
man.
alone, and you can't do it because you can't
Let
control
me say
it.
it like the white folks. We breed two nigger males with two nigger
You
females.
need your mask on now.
Then we take the nigger males away from them and keep them moving and working. Say one nigger female bears a nigger female and the other bears a nigger male. Both nigger females being without influence of the nigger male image, frozen with independent psychology, will raise their offspring into reverse positions. The one with the female offspring will teach her to be a little. What was some of this stuff, man?
I told your ass.
Turn shit off.
Anyway,
Shit. Put the cursor over there and click this close, man. Do something right.
and I need a bigger monitor.
Ooh, you just. Ooh.
No,
Y'all bear
but-
with him.
Yeah, it was technical.
He on his
difficulties.
dyslexic
You can't-
personality right
Yeah,
now.
man, that's it keep coming up, shit.
Rhetoric.
But anyway, that's real deep. Can you get it back up or not? You get
Like
the gist
herself,
of it.
Independent and negotiable, and will negotiate with her through her while her and she gave her will. The one with the nigga.
The
male
point of the
offspring,
matter
she
is-
being frozen with us. It's fucking bullcrap.
But it
teaches-
worked, and it's been
teaches
doing this for
the
generations.
female- It teaches the black female to be more submissive and compromising with their white counterparts versus their black men that are in their family. And it teaches also, in the same breath, the black man is devalued in the household. His opinion does not matter. His feelings do not matter. There is no importance largely to the black male. That is the lesson that message
Say it.
is intending to bring forth, right?
Bring it to us.
And it's been years and years and years of this thought process, this mindset. I see.
It's a part of the bug busting.
I just want to say
Let's
this.
just
I
say
see
it.
more
Why did I do this so
single
loud?
women, and this is not me being coming down on the black females at all, but I want to be realistic. I see more black single women with opinions on relationships than
Boy,
anybody else.
they got the
They are
most.
quick to tell you what they won't do, what they not gonna accept, what this and that, and they be single to the day they is shriveled up like a prune.
And in the same sentence, they be crying about being single. Why don't nobody like me? They run off at the mouth all the time.
Well, and listen, me and Grizz had kind of a conversation outside of the conversation, and just to say that for black men, I want y'all to take accountability too, because what you desire does not exist and what you are physically attracted to 90% of the time.
That's for women. That's what we was talking
That's
about.
funny.
Men, women too.
Everybody sitting around talking about how fine
Everybody
she is, how
want-
fat the booty is, how she got this and that. Ain't thought about any long-term qualities in this particular.
Everybody want
I'm
Denzel
not
and
saying it's all
Beyonce.
black men, but a large majority of black men have qualities of a woman they desire that do not exist in the physical appearance of the women that they are attracted to. And so here comes a mass misperception from a female's perspective that as long as I look good, I'm gonna have me a man, right? Because y'all gonna keep coming. Oh, yes, it's a revolving door, honey. Now that thing like it's
What?
throwing a hot dog down the hallway. So I want everybody
That's
to really
funny.
take part.
That is hilarious.
in-
What
That's
she
pretty
just
funny.
said.
Can we take time out to acknowledge that is funny?
Yes. It was
That is
funny.
actually very. Can you repeat that? Actually, I need to hear that twice. I do. Turn me up in the headphones. I'm on some nice shit. Turn me up in the headphones, kid.
But I still think because of what we just read,
What the fuck did you just say?
and because of what we just read, what? Nothing.
Funny.
And I don't know, man. This guy, I don't know who he is today, but
What is wrong with you?
uh,
I'm regular.
That's my cousin. That's my cousin.
Don't you see
today.
regular? What's wrong with him? Talk to him.
man, I lost my train of thought. I was saying
That's
women.
regular for you.
Because
Shut
of
up.
this completely old and outdated thought process that the black culture was devised from. Let's be realistic. Yes, it is deep rooted. It is subconsciously deep rooted, and that's another thing that we don't look at as black people in our race and our community. This ain't something we get up and we think about. We don't plan this. We don't ponder this. This is a subconscious thought process because of the history of the thought process. It's become second nature. You just automatically feel entitled to a good man or a good woman. You just automatically feel like, oh, I'm good enough. I look good enough. I make enough money. I'm this and that. Nobody's dealing with their trust issues, their insecurities, their lack of childhood love and or trauma that they've endured. All you want to do is jump into a situation because y'all look good together, because he got some money and you got a body. Y'all supposed to make the ultimate power couple. It's unrealistic.
Wow. It is very, very, very unrealistic. It's for men too. Men ain't just on it, but we on women today because it's a lot of women out here that pass up good guys just because of that mentality right there. You know,
Absolutely. And vice versa.
Yeah, and vice versa.
Pass up good women because of the same small minor things they can't get past. They don't like she got a little more love in areas where he wish it wasn't. Or, she don't fit the 38, 24, 32.
That was a nice way to say that, wasn't it?
That's pretty funny, really.
That was a nice way to say that. You gave them guys
a little more love in areas that maybe that she's not really all too keen with. That's pretty deep, man. That's pretty fucking fucked up.
Listen, it's somebody that's gonna love that extra love in them spots, girl.
You know what? I didn't know that, man. There's people out there that be like, you know what, Reem, let me get a hold of that handle over there for you. You don't mind, do you?
Let
Mind
me
if
put
I
my
grease
finger right
down
there.
that?
Good like this.
You mind if I
No, but
grease down
serious,
that
like,
back brisket meat?
That's funny.
I'll be like, girl, go on here. Use the olive oil. Use the olive motherfucking oil. Act like you're really cooking.
But and another thing
Be greased
that's
down,
pissing me
boy.
off too is these girls are letting these guys.
You don't want to hear what I got to say.
Yeah, I do, because that's what it's about.
wait a
We
minute,
got on the
Absolutely.
guys. We got on the guys last week, and we did a good job. I think. You know, you was
Wait a
coming
minute.
to the
I want to hear
defense.
that sentence fall out. You what? What was you gonna say? The girls letting the guys do what? What we letting these guys do?
Shack up with them.
You're letting these guys
You letting these guys.
come through.
Yo,
and
first of all,
finesse you.
we just gonna get it cracking lacking with
finessing
what we see.
one's own.
Everybody is a young, old, out here on these goddamn drugs. These drugs that take you to different places and elevations where it comes to love making and doing
different
things.
Euphorious.
And then, exactly. So you have what you see is a younger generation, and even the old ones. The old ones are slow with it. They've been doing it for so long. The stuff been around, but these young folks is getting a hold of these drugs at a younger age, and they're getting involved with these women. You got guys who acting a fool at home, who don't have no type of guidance at home. So say they get kicked out the house and don't have nowhere to stay, and they get with this young girl, and they doing this and they doing that. Well, if you young and you ain't experienced none of this stuff, and you enhancing this love making and all this screwing and all this stuff, and you gonna catch feelings. And these guys, like you said, don't have, just like the girls, don't have the mental capacity to separate stuff and actually be accountable. You too young to be accountable for anything because you're still learning. And you really ain't learning. You out here doing grown folk stuff. And that's why these girls get into these situations where these guys is beating on them. And, you know what I'm saying? Just mentally and physically abusing them. And they don't have nowhere to go, but you let them in. That's one of the biggest things that I see, man.
So you're saying because the Black community doesn't have resources to help these younger youth and inexperienced people deal with some of the issues that they're going through, that's also largely a part of the issues with Black love in the Black community. And I definitely agree. I can definitely say I 100% agree with that statement, because there is a lot of altering things. And I will say drug is one of them, but love is a drug in itself. And when someone has the ability to make you feel a way you've never felt mentally, physically, emotionally, that breaks down a whole group of barriers that you might have had that may or may not have helped. Maybe it was a part of what kept you surviving previously. And so now those barriers are broken down and you don't even know how to process that.
You don't know how to process it.
Love. Oh my God.
Some people, though, get those exact same feelings. Money, status. They be having fool's gold feelings. Feel what I'm saying?
What you talking about? The girls?
Some females feel like they just so in love. He's never made me feel it ain't better than this. He's mentally, physically, he's the greatest. And it all be about some money. The way he spends the money on them. It might be sex and money sometimes. Usually them two come together.
That's some women's love language. Wait, let's be clear now. Everybody has a different love language, and because financially is not your love language, don't discredit. For some people, what you do for them financially or what a man can provide for a woman financially is their love language. That's what they know.
So now I wanted to bring, I didn't get that video.
You under arrest or something?
No, because what she's saying, I want them to bring up the Ayana dude. Did they bring her up? The dude on
Iyanla Fix My Life.
Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry. I didn't mean
Why
to
did she gotta be a dude?
Did I say dude?
Yeah, you done
You
lost
did.
your
But you
motherfucking
meant
brain.
he was referring to the
Yes.
episode with the young guy.
With
That's
the
No,
what I'm
not the
young
young
boy?
guy, the older guy, the one that what you were saying last week when we was going back and forth about being the provider, paying all the bills, being able to do this
I
and
ain't gonna
doing
lie.
that.
It's nothing. I guess
No.
basically it's to each his own.
Hold on. If they bring up that picture,
It's
So
really
you can
to
see
each
it.
his own.
no, and I want to bring up. I should have brought up that episode, Robert Anthony. I should have brought that up, man. But they bring up that picture, man, of dude right there. Look, that's
That
the
was
guy up
quick.
there. That guy was on all the social medias talking about
All the stuff he did,
Good
and
for
his
his
wife
wife.
still don't even like his dumbass.
don't his kids wish they had
I'm gonna
spent
tell
more
you
time
what
with
the
him.
problem is.
The
with him.
wife
After
didn't
all
care
of that,
about the money stuff. She wanted the time with him. But he was brought up to your mental state is to provide.
I'm gonna tell you what else his problems. He was gone all the time, and then when he was there, he had shrimp. It just didn't work out. You couldn't come home and blow her brains out and make her forget all about it until the next time you ain't got a lot of work to do. You showed up all this time later, and the anticipation was a motherfucking shrimp. Blowed your
that
deal.
could have a lot to do with it. That could
I'm
definitely
sick
have
of
a
your
lot to do.
beige ass shit. She is slow. She said, I'm just saying for the record. I mean, I'm just saying.
Wow.
That's what happened to him. I see
Well,
it on
to
him.
be-
I see the t-shirt he wearing. Them
Well-
kind of guys, they wear that kind of shit.
Well, if you would have saw some of the video, I needed Robert Anthony. The show that came on, we're gonna get them. We're gonna come back to it next week. But she put up in the room a throne, and she was talking to him about what a man should be doing, or she had stepping stones to lead to that throne that he wants to be the king, right? And none of the words that she had up there had anything to do with being a provider. What are you talking about, man? You stupid.
I didn't say nothing. I'm just laughing.
A
What you-
provider, none of those words on the floor had provider in it. It had accountability, it had integrity, and some other stuff, but it had nothing to do with what this person
And
thought.
if you're gone all the time, you can't be accountable for everything except bills.
Well, listen, that is where the love languages were crossed, where he assumed that if he was doing this set of things, that things would be okay, versus
Right.
the lack of communication to say, babe, are you happy with this? Are these the attributes, the qualities that I bring to the relationship as a man that make you happy? You can't automatically assume that someone is happy because you are doing something that the vast majority agrees with. That's asinine. Everybody has a different love language, and you can't say because the vast majority of the community thinks that this is how I should love you, that person's going to be all in, oh, this is my love language. No, you have to learn your partner's love language. PJ, you've been married. Grizz, you've been married a long time. You've been in a relationship a while.
But
Is it a false or true statement to say that not only during the duration of your relationship, you've had to learn to grow with your partner, but also some of the things that initially would, I guess, satisfy situations are not the same result that you have 10, 15 years later?
Man, that's a true statement. You grow. It's about growth. Let me tell you something. My grandmother, right, was Louise Cromwell, and my grandfather, James Cromwell, bless their souls. But grandmother had a rough background, upbringing, right? And my grandfather took liking to this pretty yellow woman, right? Yellow girl. My grandmother wasn't head over heels in love with my grandfather like that. You know, like when the first initiation or whatever, my grandmother said to me in relationship, when she was giving me relationship advice, she was saying, hey, I loved your grandfather. I wasn't and love with him, but I loved your grandfather. I grew to love him. I grew to be in love with. I grew with it. She had to grow with it, and that is a true statement, a very true statement. You have to grow. You have to be able to sit back and say, "Hey, I'm accountable for this. This is what this." And you also got to realize too that everybody's not going to be able to. That's a whole nother. To answer your question, yes. Yeah.
Okay. So
Let me tell you this.
Yes.
Check this out.
That in that process of you learning that about your partner, you also learn so many things about yourself, right? You learn what your breaking points are. You learn some of the things you are and are not willing to compromise when it comes to. In the process of growth, one thing that I've learned about growth is sometimes the blessing is simply the lesson. It's the most uncomfortable experience that you will ever have happen up until that point. Growth sometimes is painful. Growth sometimes is hurtful. Growth sometimes have you questioning yourself and everybody around you. So when you are in the process of growth, if you don't have a partner that's willing to experience that with you, the relationship is not going to be long term. And that comes with the part of acknowledging self, because we get into now stemming from the nigger marriage, we get into situations where it looks good to so many people and they have no idea that you actually are miserable or whatever your situation is, because your Facebook posts look good, your Instagram posts look good, you're out, you're shining when they see you, everybody full of smiles, and at night you don't know where your man at, you don't know where your woman at, she doing some things you don't approve of, he doing things you know, whatever that situation is. So I think that communication is one big area to start from when we are considering Black love, especially with women. And communication is so much easier said than done because we are dealing with a different comprehension level. I can come to my man and have this whole
Get on them test
conversation
scores.
I done practiced and came up with, and he may not receive it the way that you meant it, or vice versa. The man may be the more intelligent counterpart in the situation where they're able to intellectually express themselves and feel like they.
But you got to be able to. But you got to be able to get to that point. What I'm seeing right now. And it's just my opinion, and everything ain't perfect. So
some scores just ain't where they supposed to be, man. Jesus,
it's like, for real. Like I can't. You really tripped me out when you were saying that some women's love language is money. Pull up that is the freaking problem. If your love language is money, then you in love with money. You ain't in love with me. You
no, that's not necessarily true.
They're in love with the idea of knowing they're going to be comfortable.
She said a love language is money. So now
they're in love with the idea of
with that
stability.
mentality, and that's a mentality that's been going on. Prostitution, the thing I put up in the thing. Like
I got an opinion on this shit myself, man.
It's everything that the money brings to the relationship. There is structure, there is stability, there is a foundation. When you're dealing with somebody that has financial security,
you left flossing
your
out.
lifestyle is different. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Don't get caught up in what I'm saying.
You left out flossing.
I'm not saying that, women just solely. There are women that think like that. If you don't got money, you ain't the guy for me. I'm not talking about those women. I'm talking about the women that find it hard to stay committed in a situation where the guy cannot financially support what they consider their means of life. That's what I'm speaking.
Which goes back under the word that lady don't want to use, but still comes back to me, and as a man, provider, which she said is not the thing. But if listening to your definition, and you're not talking about the one girls, you're talking about the ones that say, "Hey, this Negro is not doing what he's supposed to be doing."
And I can't stay down with him.
And I can't eat. Yeah, but she got to be able to be like. I guess it's the mentality of the men, man. I guess because I'm like, my women.
Well, I got an opinion on this.
Women
for the fucking
behind me,
time.
like, if you fall, I got you, and I'm doing what we doing. You got to put that in there. That type of woman, and she's talking about stability, and
Absolutely.
it can't be one that sit back on her.
Those types of women that exist in relationships.
I had a young lady.
You can just look at it my way.
What's your way?
I ain't doing none of that no more.
Okay.
You don't have to learn nobody's love language if you keep searching until you find the person that is all
Negro,
about
you single.
you.
Right. But what I was
When
gonna
you
say,
find somebody that like you
you good?
you don't have to worry about none of that.
Well, what are they liking you for?
Now,
They're gonna-
let me tell you something.
When
I don't
somebody
care how
like
much I
you, they like
I can
everything,
judge you a lot,
even the
too.
dumb
But-
shit.
But if you are gonna be stuck on stupid with being broke, ain't nothing we can do with that.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying somebody that's hit a situation where times is gonna be hard for a minute. I'm not talking about that. We gonna work with that. We gonna deal with that. I'm gonna stay 10 toes down. Whatever it
Exactly.
takes
That's
to
all it
come from that
takes.
situation, we gonna do it. But I'm
Gonna
talking about these
rise.
poo butt guys that come to you with,
She said
can I
poo butt
drive your
guys.
car while you at work? I'm
What?
talking
They
about
still do that?
eat your kids' fruit snacks and ask you for your food stamp card to go
What?
to Tracy house.
Well, a
Them
few
the
fruit
kind of
snacks ain't
fools
gonna hurt
that
nobody.
don't stand no grounds in this conversation.
Well, a few fruit snacks ain't
Why
gonna
you
hurt
got a
nobody.
food
Cook.
stamp? Why couldn't she just be working at GE and no? Because she ain't gonna be work. She ain't gonna be fooling with no Negroes on that
That's
Yeah,
what
level.
but let me tell y'all
She not
something.
gonna
You'll
be
be
on no Negroes
surprised.
talking about some let me drive your car.
Hey,
while you
Tell
at work.
him he'll be surprised. Them the main ones giving up the cars.
The ones with
The
the
ones
good jobs.
with the good jobs. Because guess what? They're the only ones with cars.
Yeah.
God damn, they nurses. They up there on the front lines. They battling COVID while you're running around cheating in their car. You're just disrespectful, man. Then you had the nerve enough to accidentally let that girl leave her mask in the car and got yourself busted. You fucking smuck.
You silly. But I was talking to a young sister that was out at the spot, and we was talking about this upcoming show, and we was talking about the
Drink your vitamins,
provider
man.
and what
Drink your fucking vitamins, man.
provide being a man, being a provider. And she was like, that's the way it's supposed to be. He's supposed to take care of everything. That's the way my daddy, blah, 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 did this, back, this, that, and the thing, blah, blah, blah. I said, that's cool. But as today's time, say, what if his income was only this, that, and the third, and he got a second job, third job, but you still at home taking care of the kids and stuff? I said, now, do you expect him on this low income that he has, and he's busting his ass trying to get where he getting, maintain everything? Is your mentality the type of woman that will say, hey, I don't need no Michael's Kors. I don't need none of this. I don't need none of that.
Anyway.
I don't need none of that, so I'm not stressing over that. I got a roof over my head. I got food on the table, and we have this and we have that, and we got us.
Now you're talking on the grounds of integrity right there.
Well, that's one of the things.
Now I'm gonna be realistic because I used to think like how you think, but you gotta remember you talking to a generation that the women before them was lonely and miserable, bitter and single. So you can't expect them to know something your grandmama taught you if she came from good stock. I would just say
You know
that.
what I'm talking about? They listen, they all wayward.
Because when I said that, and I know she watching and she gonna be like Grizz, but I'm just saying when I seen the face, when I asked that, it got quiet. It got quiet in the office, and then the subject got changed, and we didn't talk about it no more. Because I thought when I went outside to put the keys in the car, picking up the car, I was like, well, damn, I guess maybe they wouldn't be satisfied with just the necessities and this guy doing what he got to do to break his back or whatever. No,
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna always be there.
I be like, how does that work?
Hold on, let me tell you what, because this was always gonna be a possibility. You out on one of them rough ass jobs, you been busting your ass for the peanuts. You think you're doing good. My wife loves a hardworking man. And I'm gonna come home and my piece of chicken and my mashed potatoes are gonna be there and they're gonna be warm, buddy. But guess what? You didn't know. Last week when she was out on girls' night out, she ran into the nigga that's got all the money.
That's a narrative.
And
that's just a narrative.
Hey, listen, man, get out of my business, man.
It sounds like he's speaking from personal experience.
No, maybe. It could possibly be.
Who been eating my porridge?
With the motherfucking money, they think the man. This is how I'm telling y'all why they're single. They think the man, you had everything set up. You had everything where you needed to be. People envy where you was at. You didn't even understand the envy that people had for you because you had something solid and you had something stable and you had something steady and you had something that was for you. But guess what?
And real and
you know what I'm saying?
genuine.
Drop Dead Freddy came in there with that goddamn mink on, goddamn. And he sent them bottles over there with the sparklers and things to y'all table. Then he came over there and charmed you. Yes, you know what I'm saying? And yes, I just want to send a little bottle over, you know what I'm saying, the compliments for me and my boys. You know what I'm saying? This how we doing it, you know, real estate niggas in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
The next thing you know,
He writing a movie over
got
here.
the goddamn number. And next thing you know, while you on that dumbass job, lightning and storm, and you trying to put up the scaffold to get ready for tomorrow's big work, he's somewhere smut taping your goddamn wife who don't appreciate a goddamn thing, and especially not the ring.
Wow.
Caught up on the ding-a-ling and the creamy cream. And your ass is done blowed your deal.
Wow.
And you'll be on the next Jerome Dickey book before you know it.
Hey, hey, man, this guy's nuts. Hey, he just did a whole damn movie. So when we want to rewind this, we got the movie right here. We got the movie. All we got to do is fill in the blanks.
Tell the truth. I just fucked up a lot of people's relationship if they watching this. Like, I'm just going to head out. He done told my whole blueprint, nigga.
In glove compartments this evening.
This is Tyler Perry shit.
Oh,
thunderstorms going on. Every time the lightning strike, you can see them hitting it from the back on the stairwell. On the stairwell of your home, nigga. The lightning struck. I seen the crack in his ass.
Hey.
I put a bullet in it right after that.
Hey, man, this guy, it's too real. It's too real. Which guy was he? Was you coming in or was you leaving?
I've been them all, Grizz. Hey, Grizz, I'm going to tell you the truth about old Benjamin Smuttons. I've been them all. God damn. I put bullets in the ass cheeks when I catch you in there.
Oh, man. Y'all got to forgive me. This guy is fried. But
I'm telling the goddamn truth. I'm just saying, these are scenarios. This is what's going on right now. As we sit here right now.
What you feel. But do not listen to this Negro over here with the mask on. Whatever you do not take him serious.
Hold on, wait a minute. Are you telling me that what I just said is far-fetched?
Need somebody call in.
Are you telling me that's far-fetched?
Somebody call in. We need a caller.
Ghetto novel. That's Eric Jerome Dickey at his finest. Who are you writing for?
Hey, man, y'all gonna quit saying them words.
You didn't hear what I said.
No, we don't see this saying again.
Said, before it's all said and done, son, you'll be on the next Jerome goddamn Dickey book. Nate McMillan won. I tell you that.
The Ring Bed Express, and ladies and gentlemen, here you have it, his very own.
All the goddamn boy.
This is evidence that he is crazy, so please record.
Right.
Hold on, wait a minute. I can't believe this. At two Judas?
Two Judas.
At two.
Oh, man.
I just want to ask y'all again. Y'all telling me that the scenario that I just said is not going on right now while we on this show?
It probably is.
About 100,000
It's not a nigga right now with a screw gun and a drywall belt working late hours on the job site trying to get this goddamn bathroom done for this lady. And his girl FaceTiming him, keeping a straight face, getting some neck.
Oh,
With this type of music playing in the background.
This is called sexy Maurice music. He came in, he said, yeah, super love, superwoman. And there really is no other man around.
Man, if they doing it to this music, man, she need to stick to the dude doing the 9 to 5.
He like, yeah.
She better stick to the 9 to 5.
That's how he did it. He said, yeah.
That's 1970.
He said, I hope you.
Music. Don't nobody hear that.
He said, baby, I hope you enjoyed the.
That's back before razors.
Oh,
He like, baby, I hope you enjoyed the aged Dom Perignon I sit over there for you and your girls. You know, y'all was looking a little lonely, and it doesn't look like your man sent you out with any spending change. So I decided, this is where I step in. I got a couple of handsome guys with me tonight, and you got a few nice ladies with you. Why don't you just come back up to my penthouse suite since I play ball for the Lakers, and you and your girls can hang out, have a few drinks, and me and you can go to Smut World.
Ladies and gentlemen, the
Hey,
Ringbat
what do you
Express.
say?
Can we get a round of
Tits.
applause for the Ringbat Express?
What do you say, tits?
Yes. This guy, gone.
Choo-choo! He said,
We need to encourage that much more, but
King
no,
Diamond
seriously,
Suite? That's
I
what I mean, baby.
want for you black men to take accountability.
It ain't about us. It was last week.
Your lack of concern for the black women, and black women, I want you to take accountability for your lack of standards, your lack of effort, and your lack of self-care. Because one thing for certain, two things for sure. You love yourself enough, you won't fall into the hands of the wrong person intending to mislead, misguide, and mislove you. So, I just want you to know that you got to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Have those conversations with you. If you are happy with you, be happy.
No.
But you can't just be a person with a lack of substance and have a whole criteria of standards that somebody has to bring to the table. And you don't bring nothing but your booty. You got to be bringing more than the booty.
You
and the
got
beauty.
to be bringing
Can
more.
I say something
than
on that right there?
Go ahead.
That's what half of y'all don't get. You
Half
got
of
to
who?
get a man with the regular qualities you got. The booty have to be a bonus. Don't even show the nigga you got a donkey in the pics. Nigga, he gonna be salivating at that. He's gonna forget your goddamn face. He's gonna forget everything else. He doesn't.
Hey, man.
Listen,
Until we live in this internet world
Amen.
where
70% of
their
females.
life online and you don't even know nothing about this person. They spend 5 good seconds with the
And look,
person. They could be
Amen.
the worst character of person you ever engaged.
And 70% of these females.
And you opened up a good can of worms. I don't mean to cut you off,
70%
but
of
it's
these
telling the
females,
truth.
all they pictures, if you go on your thing right now, all of them is doing their pictures backwards. Everybody got a nocturnal neck.
Hold on, wait a minute. And guess what the guys doing? They got on all their Sunday's best with mountains of money because those are the women they want to attract. So who's wrong and who's right?
Guess what? I'm going to say this. They just stunting like they motherfucking daddy. And you don't
And that's
have
what
to
women
bite the
doing.
bait.
We don't shake what our mamas gave us. I mean,
Oh,
if
don't
your
you be
thought
doing
process-
that.
if
You
your
don't battle me with no
mentality
music
is,
titles.
The best thing about me is how I look. That's what you gonna flaunt. If a guy's personality is the best thing about me is how much money I have, that's what he's gonna flaunt. So what I'm saying is if you have enough self-love and respect and care for you and as an individual before you go outside of yourself to find that within someone else, it won't matter. Everything that we're
I ain't never seen you with a nocturnal neck.
those types of relationships, so it won't be for you.
I
You
ain't never
gotta
seen you with a nocturnal neck.
These guys got so much self-insecurity that they thinking that having a lot of money is the only way to get a woman to love them, because guess what? They mama always called their daddy a broke nigga and he ain't shit and this and that and he gotta listen to that. And then guess what? You got females that ain't never been loved right. If you ain't got shit, if you ain't looking a certain kind of way, let me tell you something. That's one of my biggest issues with black men. Y'all have
Lord.
a hard time loving and showing
This was
respect
about
for
the
women
black
that you
women.
are not physically attracted to, and that's an issue in the black community. When a
Whoa,
woman-
don't say that
Rewind that
about
again.
us.
Rewind that again.
Don't
It's
say
all
that
down to
about
those
us.
Say that
that
again.
Get the same respect that Keisha from down the street can get. Yeah, she want to show everything off because she want to be treated the same way as the beautiful girl or the girl that everybody considers to be what the look is. So yeah,
I show love to all of them. The nerds, the Down syndrome chicks, even the slow ones. I do it all. I say, hey, you don't have to do all of that to show them no love. That's what she's saying.
Down syndrome
You don't have to be attracted to them. Just show them a little love when you see them out. Help uplift their spirits, man. Y'all just too busy tearing them goddamn down, man.
Yes, absolutely. And that's the thing. Like as women, you feel like
Ooh-wee.
you can't get the same level of treatment and respect when you don't look a certain way. That's why so many women take they time presenting themselves to have a certain look. And it's the same thing with men. They don't feel self-love and security. So that's why them having the most money. That's why them having the baddest females. That's why that's what their standards are based off of, because they don't have self-love. While we talking about black love, it's got to stem from self-love.
I mean, look at Too Short. His grill and everything was smack. Yet he still came out with all the chicks and was a Mac because that's how he made up for it. He said, "I'll have all the chicks in Oakland.
Well, he ain't easy
I'll
on the
show
eyes,
you
that long
boys."
stretch of the imagination, but to each his own.
He not easy on the eyes. He's a burden on your retinas, actually.
Wow, y'all both blew me away today.
You're
know?
burden
So
on him, man.
getting on the women.
But I ain't gonna lie. I'm
just ended up getting back on the man.
Even if he ain't looking.
I guess since we the head, we
Too
got to
Short
take
is
the
my
brunt of
nigga, though.
everything because we
I fucks
messed
with
it
Yes.
all up.
Men have to take accountability. Y'all gotta lead by example. Everybody you want a submissive woman. You want all of this. You want somebody that's gonna sit in the house and do what you say, how you say, when you say, where you say.
No, we don't say that.
You better learn how to be a leader. You
We
better
only
learn how to
got-
take that woman to where she trying to
Listen.
go, and if you can't, get out the way.
We only
Boo.
got a little bit to work
Get
with,
out the
cuz.
way.
Cuz.
Get out the way. Get
We
out
only
the
got a
way.
little bit to work with, cuz. When everybody you look like is turned around, they in pardon my back mode. Pardon my back, but let me nocturnal look back at you with my owl neck. See, everybody want to be an owl. When you ask them who, they be like, who? You an owl all of a sudden? The answer is yes, because they turned around with a 360-degree neck and looked at you so you can see their little booty.
You clicked on their page to look for. Let me tell you something. If the profile pic with the thing hanging out in the back and the two things hanging out in front what got you on their damn profile in the first damn place, how you complaining? How you know about all these half-naked women if you so unattracted by it? Turn off the damn Instagram and Facebook.
I don't have no Instagram. I don't do none of that.
If you got such a big issue,
I don't do it.
Since those are the girls with the 1 million views and 100,000
Hey,
likes
man.
on every picture,
Yeah.
See how Ivory going off?
I love it.
that's what you need to do.
You almost
get
the
'em in.
later. You almost got you the later.
You a daggone woman, that's for sure, because you sure flipped the script back on us again.
Hey, cuz.
You know, you
I
flipped the
got you
script back on us again.
this close to later.
I think we've been bamboozled. You know what I'm talking about? We bashed us last
This
week.
close to
And
later.
somebody
Fuck
got in
you.
your damn inbox today.
I said my perception was different than most women. I'm a woman first, so I get it. And I'm also very open-minded. So I don't judge off of what the initial perception is. I like to people watch. I like information. I'm a person that definitely is built off information. I don't care if I'm never going to use it. I like to have information. So it's easier for me because I'm more aware of the things that I pay attention to observe those things about myself. I'll say that. It's not easy for everyone to be able to say self. Now, you get a little beside yourself from time to time, judging people and whatnot and putting yourself in folks' shoes now. Everybody doesn't have that discernment, and you start to think that it's okay. So, yeah.
That's the problem. I don't care if you want to blame us, this, that, and the third, because it wasn't about us today. Don't sip your glass. Don't sip on your glass like you don't sip on your glass.
Enjoy your
Man, she flipped the script on us, but I think it's all about accountability and what you just said about discernment and being able to say, hey, maybe there's something wrong with me.
You could
Maybe I
just
need to
keep
fix
searching
this.
for your partner.
Yes.
When you find that
Yes,
one
you can take
person
a look
that
at
likes
it.
everything
Yeah.
about you, then you don't have no more worries.
I'll
all
say
you gotta
this too. I want to be honest because I think as black men, you kind of downplay your ability. You as black men have a magical power, right? And what y'all don't know is you have the ability to make your black woman feel exactly how she wants to feel. And that's with or without the money. That's with or without a lot of these other things that people immediately attribute to love.
I agree
So
with that.
I think if you learn your woman's love language, you not only position that woman to be in her best self, you also put yourself in a position to be irreplaceable to that woman. Yeah, you can come home and Susie laid up with Jack and whoever and whatever else. But if you've mentally, emotionally, physically infiltrated that woman to a certain degree, baby, you can spend all year at work. She ain't going nowhere but in the house. I'm just being realistic. So you got to understand, if you want that from a woman, you have to be willing to give so much of yourself. But it is achievable. I'm here to tell you right now, it's achievable. So
Libby and Queen.
for sure, it's a lot of happy marriages.
Yes.
We don't see enough of those. It's a lot of black happy relationships. We don't see enough of those. We see people have been married 20, 30, 40, 50 years, together 70, 80 years. You know, we are living a different time, but when it all comes down to it, I think the conversation has to start from self-love, especially when it comes from women. But guys, don't forget, do not discredit your superpower as a man.
And then I like how you flip that back on us too. You is very good at what you do. I peeped you the whole show,
we need
man.
to end it on that note. That's actually a good place to end it.
This is a good place to end it.
Nice, powerful.
Well, I don't know how this script got flipped around, but it did.
It hasn't been
It
flipped
went around the
around.
whole 360 and came back to us again.
Okay, you want me to say, ladies, check yourself one time. Let me say that. Ladies, check yourself.
Why wouldn't you do it
All
just
right,
because
it's been said.
so you weren't gonna be unbiased, huh?
Yeah,
You was gonna stay on the
exactly.
ladies' team. The
Exactly. I
whole
told you somebody,
time.
one of these girls
Shit, bro.
inboxed her and told her to,
This still
stand
got
up
to
for
do
the
with
ladies.
The Bengals, man. They did that because of the Bengals, bro. I'm telling you.
No, I mean,
It
I'm a
still
woman
stems from
first.
that.
So, I'm going to always represent for us. I like to also tell us when we wrong for the vast
Well, then
majority
do
of
it.
us.
Don't just wait all
It's
day.
just me. If you are my friend, let me tell you something. I'm doing you a disservice by not informing you of information that I personally have. And I know through therapy and through self-help and self-building and improving my character, just a lot of things that I've been through, I've been able to recognize some of my own faults as a person and a woman. So, I took that time for myself. Thank God I was able to be in a position where I took the time to learn myself and grow from my former self. And so now, I'm speaking from a place of reason. I'm speaking from a place of understanding. I'm speaking from a place of, I've been in that situation. So it's not just me shooting a shit. I'm being real. Like sometimes women, we got to check ourselves. Period, point blank, end of discussion. If you don't want the negative, if you don't want the kind of guys that you've been getting, let me just say this. It's something about you, something about your decisions that you make, something about your character that brings you back to those groups of men. Men are not all the same. You are making a choice to deal with the same types of men who you ironically have no desire to be with. And so that is one thing women have to definitely hold themselves accountable for.
They love them.
You know what? This is
They don't give a fuck. They love them.
I was just thinking, and it just hit me.
Girl, he beat my ass last
Oh, then we got one more
Other
Wednesday.
bitch
Yeah, that
ass.
will
I
be it
hate
next
him.
Wednesday. It'll be the final
You better
thing for the
come
Black
in the
Love.
morning. I swear to God.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So, the next Wednesday be our last Wednesday of the year for 2020, and we bring it on out. So then we will announce this guy's the Schmuck Award. Who are your nominees for the Schmuck Awards,
Who are
bro?
your nominees for the
Thank you. We've been saying that for the past 2-3 weeks, man. Give us is it 5? Is it 10? Is it 1? What is it? And then we're going to see what it is next week and go out with a bang next week. We might have some champagne in here or something.
I can tell you.
It might drop you off a little bottle yourself for you and your husband. We bring it on in.
Yeah.
Tell you, I got
What's the
some
deal?
nominees.
Who are the nominees for
I don't
the
know.
Schmuck Awards?
I don't really want to tell you these names. They fucked up.
I mean, tell us.
Your number one guy should be at the top of the list. I'm sure he's gonna get the most votes, Mr.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden is your number one
Schmuck.
Okay, now who's number 2? Well, you already said.
Weak ass son.
And son?
His weak ass son is number 2.
Number
He in
2.
bed with China.
We don't know he was Biden and his
And
son.
number 3 is you. You knew you was on the fucking list.
Ain't that some bull crap?
You
I'm
wanna
not
run
a
for mayor?
schmuck.
You want to run for mayor? Run for them.
Your phone is ringing.
Oh, we got a caller finder.
You gonna
Hey.
talk. They probably your friends. Hey, don't be stuck with stupid and relax with them. We out.
The hell? Hey, man,
Somebody
who's on the
calling.
phone? Caller, who's calling here?
Miss Toinette, I had to call in and see
Oh,
what
yes.
Hey!
here.
They're not on your side.
I
Yes.
love Miss Funny.
Hey, Pooh, what's going
Finally,
on?
somebody that's not your buddies.
Oh, my goodness. It's my family, too.
Schmuck.
Hey, and I'm not a schmuck, and I'm not going to be on your damn award.
Now, Trump was almost on the Smuck Award until he decided to give us $2,000.
Because he wasn't the one saying 600, and he slammed it and said it's
Please don't.
absolutely pathetic. Y'all
Cool.
over there sending our money overseas, and these people's over here messed up,
You
and you
messed
got
up.
the nerve and audacity
Don't
to
talk to
say
this guy about him.
$600? $600?
But he ain't had no problem when he was signing up for that 600 the first round, and the government had to tell him no, that's not enough. He only got a problem with it since his ass is grass and he on his way
No.
out. So let's start there.
How much you want to bet he don't come out the office? Now, do anybody want to play some bets?
This was my problem with all of that. You giving all this money to all these other countries. I don't care who was approving this bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But you're giving all this money to all these other countries, and you're going to give American citizens $600?
Yeah, that's
Y'all
why he
can
lost
cancel
his
all of that.
mind. He said, now, come on, man. You just
Now-
can't be that crazy.
And I'm not, let me tell y'all this. I'm going to be honest with everybody. Y'all can boo me in a minute.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to hear it.
have,
Key
if
up
it
the boo.
was- hold on. If it wasn't for his racism and all his dissemination of bringing all the hate within this country, I would have voted for Trump.
Hit the
That's
boo
right.
button.
You know what?
Hit the boo
Because
button.
all
Hold
his
on, wait.
views that
Can we
he
hit the boo
If it
button?
wasn't for his hate, if it wasn't for his hate, his immorality,
false hate.
and you're taking and putting the hatred within the people who are of authority, you made it okay for people of authority to hate us and to and allow them to have power over us and cause so much. It was just about the hatred and the immorality. I would have voted for him because of
I
the
never
things he
seen
has
none of that
done,
myself personally.
financially. Hold on, the things he's done financially for the country and for businesses and stuff. He could have stayed in office, but this motherfucker. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm cussing too much.
Hey, man,
This
listen, if Smuck is a
gentleman-
schmuck,
This orange person, that orange gentleman.
oh,
put
that's just
so
low.
much-
That's cold. That's cold.
No, it's not, because that's what he did.
Can I get my boo
This
effect?
orange gentleman.
No.
This orange gentleman has made it so we are hated in so
Orange
many
gentleman.
other races. If you're not of his color, of orange or lighter, he made it so that no one was liked, and he allowed power to be over us. And he made it acceptable for white men to walk up against us and tell us that we were less than, when we have done so much more in this country as everybody else has. So that's
y'all
why
messed around
he
and
is.
got
I want to know
Right.
how did he
Where's my
make
boo
it
effect?
acceptable
Now, she
for white
said
men to
something.
walk up
Boo.
on us? I don't know nothing about
Can I get a
that.
boo?
Because
Boo.
he promoted white power.
When?
That was-
If
When?
you
Those guys.
With his
hold on
actions
now,
every day.
either you
with
need to
his-
take your
with
mask
his
off.
slander,
I'm
take
talking
your
about
mask
when.
off.
Or something, because at a lot of times he has physically stated, like he don't see nothing wrong with what's going on. When you turn a blind eye to anything that's going on in this country, you are saying it's okay.
It's
Period.
called media
Well, let's start
manipulation.
here. He put all of those innocent immigrant children, just because they were Mexican and he does not care for their culture.
Guess what?
Those
They ain't
babies
from
have
here.
been separated from their families indefinitely.
first
That
time-
is traumatizing. You have a whole
You know
culture
why?
of people
As soon as he
Because
said
they're
that,
taking all our
for
jobs.
hundreds
that
of
was
years.
racist. That was a sign
That's
of
completely
racism.
racist.
He didn't say it
His
against blacks
initial
initially.
intent was to ban,
They're
ban.
not
Let me tell y'all,
from here.
we can go out there on this Trump
He
thing
didn't
because
kill
I
him.
can tell you
I know that.
the power of driving while black, and it all stems from they did not want the black people to be able to commute and move around the country. So his initial thing that he tried to come in and do was to ban Muslim people, just because of your culture or religion or whatever
Yep.
you considered it to be
Yep.
able to travel in and out of this country. That is racist. That is completely wrong. And anyway, there's no reason when you have
Yep.
the Ku Klux Klan can exist and come up and rally.
Can I
and
say
have all
something
these
about
guys,
this
but
country?
you can't have a black movement of educated and powerful black people without it being decimated by the white government. Let's stop playing with me now, because I
Let me
teach
tell
you
y'all
guys
something
Yeah.
about me. Call me
He
racist
made
or
it
not, and
governmental.
everybody know I'm not
He let the
racist.
government in charge. He put the government in charge of all races if you wasn't white.
Yep.
So that's
And the
what
way
he
he
did.
sent
And anybody of power
the way he sent
over
the
about
military
all
into
races
Chicago,
unless you
Judges
were white.
don't
the way
allow
he
that.
sent the military into Flint, Michigan. Now he making all this fuss about, oh, we gotta have this $2,000. Where's Michigan's clean water? If you care so much, why these folks been 3 years later and they still ain't got no damn water? So I don't want to hear no Trump support bullshit about he's a good president and all of that. He is to those that he is approving of.
Hey,
and if
presidencies
Yep.
is about bills.
There go that Finlater lady you was talking about.
Presidency, you got to get it out sometime. Hey,
You know,
presidency is about bills
Y'all know that, right?
that you signed.
It take another Aries to bring her out.
Hey, whatever you
do
did, it
know
worked.
presidencies is
Yeah,
about bills, right?
Turn up on
And
this
I'm gonna
show.
tell y'all
know
something
that.
else. Nothing in the presidency, all that, oh, he did this, he did that. I don't care about none of that. Because guess what? What really matters when you in the office is the bills that you signing and the bills that you on
And
board
every
with.
single one of them, he had personal gain in everything that he signed that we think.
I'm
gonna
tell you this.
Everything.
He my favorite
Every
president
single
of
one
all
he made
time.
sure to prove
I don't
that
like
respected
none
him.
of the other presidents.
Justice that he fought tooth and nail to sign her in as soon as
He's a
RGB
gangster.
passed away is the same one that he's using to try to overturn this poor election that he ran. Oh, F Trump. I don't want
Well, I
to hear
want
his
you to know this,
bullshit.
I'm gonna tell y'all
Green.
now, keep that
Green.
same energy
Because
when
I
you
know
save your
you.
lives.
Ring. Hold
He
on,
said,
because
keep
I
that
know
same
you.
energy when you save
And
your lives.
I know your life, Ring. I want you to understand he's not for you at all. So understand that. Period.
Yep.
It's
With
nothing
all
that
the
you're doing right
financial
now in
assistance
life
he's
that
giving,
he's for
he
you.
still's not for you.
He's
and
not.
it's only because he needs your
Nothing.
vote going into the future that he even considering doing
That's
anything that's
it.
helping the black community. Period. So
Nothing.
Hey, I
Nothing.
ain't mad at it, man. Hey, teachers, all I'm saying
You
is,
should be.
all
Did you wanna
everybody can
speak
do,
on our Black Love
I'ma tell you
subject?
this.
Because I'm afraid that if we keep up
All
with
we
Kareem
can
and
do
his Trump
since-
award, that we might lose the rest of our viewers.
look, all we can do is wait and see. Because nobody don't know what's really going on. Y'all looking at this outside layer that's got all this fake stuff going on. Y'all ain't looking deep up under the layer what's really going on
I'm looking at
behind
I'm
the
gonna tell you this.
scenes.
Let me tell you this. Biden
That's
and
why
Camilla
they
is
beefing
the
so
ushering in
hard,
of
'cause
the
there's
new
some
world-
real
world
stuff
order.
going on.
Just understand that. Biden
What did
and
y'all
Camilla
see
is
that's
the
so
new
great about Biden?
World order. Period.
I'm about to
No,
say.
he's the new world order.
That's what I'm trying to tell people. They keep
Understand
talking this
that.
Biden stuff. Biden ain't
No,
providing
I get
for
that.
none of you niggas.
I'm gonna tell you this. But the reason why he's available and able to be here at this time is because of Trump's racism. Understand that.
If Trump,
Sticks and
Understand
stones ain't never broke my bones. I
if
can
Trump
tell you
had
that.
not emphasized so much on his racism publicly, we would
Sticks
not
and
be dealing with
stones.
that.
Sticks and
But,
stones.
We wouldn't be here.
Y'all supposed to have thick
It's a
skin by
snow.
now.
All of governmental officials is a snow. It's a snow effect. I want y'all to understand when the snow falls, you can't see through it sometimes if it's some big thick flakes. Understand that's what's going on right now.
I'm with you.
So
But
when I tell
again-
y'all Camilla and Biden is our new world order, understand that.
And what I'm telling you
Okay,
is,
y'all.
no matter what, that's what the
All right,
thing.
I'm sure
Trump
you ready
might be
to go.
racist
No,
and
we're
all
not
that,
ready
right?
to go. We was on
I
Black
got to
Love,
go.
and then y'all didn't let this white
with
folks
you,
get in
man?
here.
Yeah, Black Love, y'all. I
That's
thought
what we was on.
I can't
Black
never
Love.
finish what I'm trying to say, man.
Because you're gonna go.
sorry.
This shit is
Hold on, I
ridiculous,
got Black
man.
Love. Hold on, y'all need Black Love switch channel switch. Black Love.
Yeah, okay. The subject was about the females, and we was almost so finished with it, but we was just bringing up how your fellow Aries flip the script on us and have men have to be accountable and so forth. And the
It's
thing with
almost 8:30.
yeah,
We're supposed to close the show on her powerful statement, but yet you fucking kept going, and we had to bring Finlater Gardens out.
you
The
wanted to
four-way,
bring
nigga.
you
The
wanted to
four-way,
bring it
nigga.
out.
You ain't listening.
You
The
wanted to
four-way,
bring it
nigga.
out, and now you want to take your ass on.
This ain't that strand shit. This
Take
is
it-
the four-way.
Take it on.
Okay, y'all know I can always talk about Black Love, and I know the show is probably almost over, but
No, we was just
always
saying.
doing
We was
it
just
good.
saying. We was just saying about. We was actually
Y'all
getting
help me
on
with this
the
smoke.
women as far as putting themselves out there, and thinking that this is the image that men won't, and men out there salivating over the image and the confusion
Not
and
being
where
content with the with conquering their quest.
right. So that's where we was at with that, and it got turned back on us again and so forth.
Not
So
by me.
yes, it did.
Oh man, I ain't got time. I'll talk to you that, man.
Yes, it did.
I'ma say that-
shit.
Tornette, what's your
Well,
take from a
I'm gonna
female
say-
perspective when it comes to black women and
gotta
black
go,
love?
go.
What is one thing you would say that you think
because I can't
women
trust
should take
y'all,
away
man.
from the conversation?
I'm gonna tell you what women should take away, because
Attitude.
women think that we have to compete with other women. We don't have to compete with no other woman. Whether your man is a dog or not a dog, the thing is, you have to be you. He chose you for a reason.
Yep.
And a man, even when they don't cheat with somebody who looks just like you, act just like you. They are way out of that daggone realm of you.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be confident in who you are, be a strong woman within yourself, and understand that a man who, no matter where he at in his relationship, whether he's ready to be married, whether he's just only out here dating, whether he's only out here trying to get to know somebody, whatever his little situation is, understand who you are as a woman.
Yeah.
Because whatever a man do, sometimes we allow what a man do to us to define who we are, and also we allow it to define what we're gonna do into our next relationship.
Yeah.
So stop doing that to ourselves, black women.
I
As
actually
a black
Glad
woman,
you touched on that, Tonette.
100%
I'm so
with
glad
that.
you touched on that, because I definitely agree
100%.
that bringing negative past images into your new relationship is one huge relationship killer. When it speaks to
It is.
black love, so I definitely wholeheartedly agree.
Well, that's what's up.
it's
It does,
the worst
and
thing we can
and I'll
do
just say,
It's
it
100%.
is bring
touches
that
back.
into it.
It touches back on my point of checking yourself and having that self love.
That's what's up.
There you go. It starts with us. And a lot of times we go from relationship to relationship because we are trained to be, from a little kid, we buy our daughters dolls and we teach them to be mommies and play with dolls and stuff like that. And the first thing we think is, oh, I can't wait to marry so-and-so. And because we don't watch all these Disney movies and somebody going to come and save me. Pretty much that's what we think. I'm going to tell you the one thing that tripped me out one day. I was playing with my grandbaby and she said to me, I said, oh, it's Prince. We playing with the dogs. I said, Prince Charming is coming to save. She said, no, I can save myself. I said, what?
I know that's
A
right, girl.
4-year-old told me I can save myself. I literally had to stop and say, you're right, boo. And not because of a strong, independent woman. And she's never heard this before, you know what I'm saying? Because me and her mother have got into relationships young and or with our men. The thing is, she said that to me as a 4-year-old. She said, I can save myself. I said, oh, shoot. Okay. It made me stop and pause and realize we have to teach each other, our young girls.
That was
yes, you
Diamond
can be
Daughter, wasn't
independent
it?
And learn. Yes, it was.
I knew it.
She said that to me, and I'm thinking to myself, we have to teach these girls that they
comes
can
from
be strong.
a positive. Let me tell you something. That child is so fortunate to have a positive self-image of herself, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally, to say, no, I don't need that, Gigi. I can do it for myself. But that comes from a place of, like you said, being in a content household. It's a loving environment. It's an environment that's made to flourish.
Yeah.
And she's just a fortunate 4-year-old to have that. And it's a lot of, women living a ladder. So when women come from a place where they've always been sexual objects, always been taken advantage of, always made to think that their place is either in the bedroom or another area of the home, that's what you kind of get. You get the beaten down mentally down broken
And we're
woman.
taught that we
Well,
need a
everybody
man.
likes it
We
said
taught that we
babies.
need a
Everything.
man to complete
Don't you
us.
think
We taught that you need a man to complete you.
everybody likes
And
a
some
set of
fact,
boobies?
whether it's to take care of you, whether it's to be by your side, whatever it is, we taught that we need a man. And in that teaching, we have to understand that we can be a part. We don't have to define ourselves by that man. That's what the problem is.
Can you tell
Well-
me where does Sexy Maurice come in on the relationship then?
Hey, we ain't bringing him in this relationship.
oh, we ain't gonna bring. He don't got nothing to do with the
But Pooh,
stereotypes of the day.
But Pooh, you didn't read
ahead.
in the first part of the show when we started off about the nigga marriage. But it should be up there when you rewind it. You can see them read it or bring it up, what that is. And you touched on it about where this mentality that we don't need a man to complete us. But that's where the part of that mentality comes from. If you read
I believe that you need a helpmate. I do believe that we are born to become one with another being. I believe that.
No,
okay?
not another being,
And
another
I do
man or
believe
woman. You said you said being, so you saying
Being, nigga.
Hold on, man. I'm trying to be politically correct.
Well, you fucking
I
up
tried
somebody
to be
that's
politically
already
correct.
politically correct.
I'm trying to be.
Yo,
I'm trying to be
see, you
politically
hear?
correct in the situation.
Huh? She said being, and I was like, being. You just didn't want to say the
This
alphabet.
fool
But anyway,
is
go ahead.
messing up
I
good
tried
etiquette right
to be
there, man.
politically
Damn.
correct. I
Okay,
did.
you did.
And the reason why I tried to be politically correct because I was raised to think you had to be a husband and a wife and we are to be fruitful and multiply and raise a family. But I also know that two men can raise a family and it be a loving family and cultivate a family. I also know that those things can happen. They can.
Huh?
However, yes, they can.
I was just making sure I heard
I
my
know.
ears.
I do know I know personally some men who have adopted children and they've raised a healthy family. These kids are well flourishing children. So so to me, if you are raising some kids in a positive way, I cannot say that that's wrong in that aspect, that these kids are being raised well.
Okay, we'll say that for another
believe
subject.
That's okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna
yeah.
get back to that another
Back to
topic.
black marriage.
Man,
But
yeah.
okay, we do need to come together. I do believe we need to be together. Ah.
He about to pass out.
I want black folks to come together and love one another.
I can't see you right now, B.
She took me somewhere else like that.
I'm so glad I can't sing.
Hey, man, it's some of the funniest stuff you ever seen.
All right, where the hell we going with this?
I think he just hit me in the cheek with one of his buttons.
It's all over the damn place.
I'll look at it later.
His shirt button popped off and hit me in the side of the cheek.
But anyway, you bring up some good valid points. So
I get it.
But I'm gonna do
We'll
this
talk
though.
about that later. Thank you,
We got to get that.
We gonna do this. I want you to call back next week. Call in because this be the final show of the year for us, and we're gonna finish the series out with how we bring the two together, black man and black woman together to create this black love. And we're gonna talk about your politically correct and another subject, but definitely want you to call back.
I want to talk about that tomorrow. Next week. I want to talk about politically correct next week.
Yeah, we're gonna stick to the subject of what you was raised with, and then we'll get into what you done seen and otherwise.
And what works.
We're gonna get into that, but
It's all different things.
the thing right
work.
now is bringing black men and black women together, creating this black love seriously. And
I
that's
agree.
And that's what we're
that's how I
going.
was raised.
Right, and that's how we're going to end
it's
it
just that simple.
next week. So I definitely want you to call back and call in. Thank everybody that called. That tuned into the show. Appreciate you. I'm glad to have you on the call, and always, Irie, we thank you because we need that buffer.
Irie the Aries.
Yes, that buffer.
We got the ventilator out, man. It was a beautiful
Yes,
day,
we finally
man.
got ventilator out. She
Nice.
flipped the script on our asses real quick.
She was
Pooh, you
mad
actually
like they
came in to
checked
save
me.
the day because what you was doing was breaking
Y'all
it
gotta
down.
understand,
Hey.
Aries and Aries, we work together.
She gonna go in there and tell Joe, like, Joe, they tricked me.
No, Joe, I
They
tricked
drugged
him.
me out into
And
the
Joe gonna be
later.
like, mm-hmm.
that damn Kareem brought me in my ventilator. I told him I wouldn't do it.
Right. But I appreciate everybody, and like we
Forward.
say every Wednesday, we're going to see y'all next Wednesday, Smucker Wars. But as we say every Wednesday. Don't be stuck on stupid
And
relaxed on dumb.
Um,
This your boy Grizz,
And I'm your main man, Greenback.
and this is the GRIZZBIZMY2SENSE Show, powered by